Greeting guys. So the goal here today is to set up openclaw to be able to automate WhatsApp tasks. So without wasting a time, let us get started. So guys, this is the homepage of openclaw. So you can read a little bit about openclaw and what people say about openclaw. Without wasting a time, let us go to the installation of openclaw. So this you can use curl and pull this bash script to install openclaw. Where I am on Linux operating system, so depending on which operating system you are, you can go to Windows operating system and then you see the online command to install it. Is it on PowerShell or use it or on CMD? So this is the command. I did mention that we have some requirement as for the installation and usage of openclaw. So I wrote it down here. The requirements will be at least some level of familiarities with your terminal, that is how to run commands on your terminal, or at least where the terminal is located. Next up, we will need to have npm installed. Npm is the node package manager and it will help us to install skills within our openclaw setup. So how can you install npm? You can just simply install the node.js. So you download node.js. I am still on Linux server. So if you're on Windows, these are the commands to install node.js on Windows. And then they have a .msi file that you can just download and install easily. And then we will need to have a Gemini API key. So you can go to Google AI Studio, and then create an account there, create your API key. It permits you to use the Gemini AI models on your project. So, well, I believe that's all. So without wasting time, let us install openclaw. I did mention I am on Linux operating system and I'm going to use npm because I have npm installed. So I'll use the npm install -gs for global openclaw. So I have gone ahead and installed openclaw. So when you install openclaw, it's going to directly come to this onboarding screen, and if it does not, you can run the command openclaw on board and then you will have this. So you can read a little bit about the security concerns as for using openclaw. For me, I will blindly validate with a yes, and then you have two onboarding mode, either the quick or manual setup. So for us here, I'm going to do it manual. So I have a look at the various configuration, and I did have some values already configured. So let me reset those so that we start all over. I want to do a full reset of all my commands. So let us start with the gateway. The gateway here represents, uh, or you can think of a gateway as the long process that is going to connect our open clouds that is hosted locally to our AI models and different applications. So our gateway here will be our local machine, in fact, for what we want to do. And depending if maybe you are installing it on a VPS, you will go for a remote gateway where you have your own specific URL that exists up there. But it's also while doing it on our local machine, so we have this WebSocket URL. So, and then for the workspace directory, you can just choose the default workspace directory of openclaw. So by default, openclaw will be installed in the .openclaw workspace of your home directory. So now the model that you want to use, I did mention that we're going to use Gemini. So this is Google Gemini. I will log in with my Gemini API key. Let me go and grab that. So I have my Gemini API key. Let me copy that and come and paste. So I choose a model. I'm going to use this 2.5 flash. And then now, in case you want to change the gateway port, you're free to. I'll use the default gateway port. And then you have the way the gateway binds. Is it that you want it to use your loopback address as your own local address, or lives on the LAN? Maybe if you have devices on the LAN, then you want other devices to benefit from. And this still scale is an option in case you're using a VPS online. It permits you to work in our Example, we are not connected to a LAN and then we are not on a VPN, so I'll just use the loopback. So the gateway token, is it the password token you want to use? But I would just choose the default one token. So let me use tail scale. We're not using tail scale, so let me go to off. Now gateway token blank to generate. I will just generate it automatically. So now you want to choose the channel. The channel will be the app or where you work with, so where you communicate with your open class AI model or what your open class AI model has access to work with. So I'll configure a channel, and for this our example, we're going to use WhatsApp. So you can set WhatsApp with a QR code link. I already had the WhatsApp configured. Uh, Essentially, a QR code will appear here and then you need to scan. So I will just leave it as it is, and then you can just follow along. You scan your QR code and connect to it. So that's all. We have our WhatsApp link. I can go to finish. Now skills. So skills are ND files, Markdown file that explains your open cloud AI models, how to communicate with different services. So let me go click ahead to install skill. We're not on a Mac, we're not having Homebrew, so I'll click no. In my case, I will use Burn. I have Burn. Burn is faster and better. So these are the various skills. Skills provides you functionalities, or it has MD5 that explains to your open class AI model how to use. So I'm going to use the WAS CLI, and essentially if you read on it, they say send WhatsApp messages to people or search like seeing WhatsApp history via the WAS CLI, and this markdown file will explain my open class more on how to use WhatsApp within my setup. So let me validate that. Now you can set some environment variables like the Google Places API key in case you want to configure, I don't know, Google API. No, I'm not interested. Not. No Notion, OpenAI. I'm not using image generation. Nothing. No 11 labs. So I can go ahead and then install a gateway service. So I'll go along and install the gateway service. I recommend gateway service already installed, so I can just skip. I don't want to. So now we are done basically with the entire setup. You can either use the Open Web UI, like the Open Class Web UI interface, or you can hash into the terminal user interface. I'm going to use the terminal user interface, which is better. So essentially, the configuration has been used, and I have this terminal UI interface where I can discuss with my Gemini 2.5 Flash model. So here we are with the configuration of Open Cloud. So this is the first prompt that automatically goes to it. It's a wake up my friend, and then he replied, "Hey, I just came online. Who am I and who are you?" So you want to give him an initial prompt explaining him who he is. So I'll say, "Hello, my name is John. You can choose your name, and you are my WhatsApp AI assistant that replies to my WhatsApp messages." Yep, that's all. I'll just leave it like that. So let me run that command. Well, I cannot write something long because I don't want us to waste time on, but provided on what you want to do, you will give him more context. So this is the reply. I say, "Great, now on you call me Claudia." So he has picked the name to be Claudia, or she has picked the name. Your AI assistant. I am feeling quiet, resourceful, and helpful with the dash of personality and my signature emoji. Have now updated my memory to reflect that you are John and you call me Claudia. Is there anything else I can do to get started, John? So you see, that is my AI model or my cloud AI model configure. He has some context about who he is, and now I can go along and prompt him to do something within my WhatsApp. But before doing that, I want to make sure that my WhatsApp is connected. So let me have a pause within the video. And essentially, how was I about to test to see if my WhatsApp is connected is simply by opening the Open Cloud. Thing is hosted locally on this, but you can open it and have a view at your Open Cloud. So this is the web UI interface I was talking about. So I can go along to my channels. These are the channels that are configured. So this is my WhatsApp channel that we did link with our QR code. You have a GUI here where you can basically relink connect your WhatsApp in case the connection is not successful. But for my case, you can see that it is configured, it is link running, and everything is fine. So my WhatsApp is configured, so I can go along and start my chat. So also here you have a chat interface in case you're not familiar or you don't really like the terminal user, you can prompt the AI model here. So me, I prefer the terminal UI, so I will continue from there. So from here, I'm going to test if it is working by inputting this. So I've sent a WhatsApp message to this number saying this particular set of instruction to my board. Let me just run and see what happens. So guys, when I was making the video, electricity left me, but essentially that's it. So I tried to send the message, it's not go through because of electricity issue. But when I came back and typed the command to the terminal UI, are you connected to WhatsApp? I said yes, and have sent the message to the number I selected. So let me show you that. So this is the message that had been sent to the number I selected. I don't know whose number is this. uh, and basically it was done automatically. And you see, that's what I did in this video. And then you can do a lot more. You can select multiple numbers, you can specify, in fact basically you can do everything with your open cloud AI agents. Yeah, thank you.